I am glad you are here to help ward off any more, misunderstandings.
Mr. Poo-Poo's eyes make me feel dizzy. Like swirls that go around and around and around and around.
This echo power of yours sounds extraordinary. You must allow me to interview you once we put this business on the moon behind us.
So begins the case of the silent correspondent.
Not to rain on your parade, but my friend who was somewhere on your star stopped sending me messages is not a lot to go on. I've spent years investigating the existence of aliens, and recent experiences notwithstanding, they are not that easy to find.
Then you don't know Inspector Hildibrand. He'll solve this case as he's solved countless others, with unerring perception and panache.
Ha ha ha, well said, Nashu. I need but relinquish conscious thought to investigative instinct, and the clues will flow to me forthwith.
Lose yourself in the deductive current, Inspector.
You're channeling, aren't you? Contacting a higher power to breach the veil of mystery. Another fascinating development.
There you are. I've been looking all over. Thought you'd like to know that I spotted that chap you were asking about, you know, the well-muscled gentleman with tattered clothing and dazzling teeth.
You mean this gentleman? We found him, too.
Well, that can't be right. I just saw him in the north of Mare Lamentorum, and he ran the other way when I called out. I don't understand how he could have arrived before me.
I have a feeling, Mr. Bunny, sir, that what you saw was an imposter. Kaneko team, would you mind asking Mr. Poo-Poo if he was growing any more inspectors on the moon?
Pew. I only created a single batch, but one did manage to escape the vaporization beam. That individual's behavior was unpredictable. A flaw in the cloning process, I'm afraid.
Well, this won't do at all. We cannot have a flawed inspector running around besmirching the Manderville name. Master Poo-Poo, I must ask that we hunt down and liquidate my other self as soon as possible. Might we delay the search for your comrade until the deed is done?
Pew. The imperfect clone was of my making. It is only right that I redress my mistake first.
So begins the case of the imposter inspector.
That does sound exciting. If you don't mind me coming along, I can show you the place where I saw the imposter inspector.
ZZZ.
It was right around here.
I wonder what other nefarious abilities this called amicable alien is hiding. Pew pew. My ship's matter duplication facility is prone to the occasional glitch. I should probably have that looked at. It was right around here.
I wonder what other nefarious abilities this so-called amicable alien is hiding.
Pew pew. My ship's matter duplication facility is prone to the occasional glitch. I should probably have that looked at.
ZZZ.
I espy with my little eye, no dashingly defective gentleman.
He can't have made it that far on foot. Why don't we try searching the immediate area? Scan the horizon, that kind of thing.
Then I suggest we split up so we can cover more ground. Nashu, Khpein, and I will investigate to the west.
Right. I'll take these other two and head east.
Splitting the party again. And you are leaving me with the aliens.
Oh, relax, Bright Eyes. We'll have a nice chat, and I can disabuse you of all those strange conspiratorial notions. Oh, and we can get to know our new friend here.
Let us be on our way as well. With Khpein in a van, if you please.
Hildibrand and Nashu are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave your quest companions behind by entering a different area, or by speaking with them and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have your companions join you again, return and speak with them at the original location.
When you're up in the sky, our world's a pizza pie, oh so pretty.
Being on the moon reminds me of that time I was blasted all the way to Dalamud. I do believe that was a personal best in terms of distance flung. Behold this sublime vista. 'Tis as if the moon herself breathes beneath our feet.
Oh, look down there, they have their very own hot spring.
My dear Nashu, what you are observing is no hot spring, but a natural reservoir of ceruleum. With such a rich resource to hand, it is no wonder they can afford these palatial residences.
I'm glad you're here to educate me, Inspector. I was about to take a quick soak. Oh, look down there, they have their very own hot spring.
My dear Nashu, what you are observing is no hot spring, but a natural reservoir of ceruleum. With such a rich resource to hand, it is no wonder they can afford these palatial residences.
I'm glad you're here to educate me, Inspector. I was about to take a quick soak.
A goldsmithing hammer is lodged in the thinker's carcass. It appears to have been dealt a single, swift-killing blow.
COR, the bugs grow big up here, don't they?
This H-hammer. Surely it cannot be, nay, it does not bear thinking about. Come along. Nothing to see here. What a dazzling display of stars.
Not a single cloud in sight. In fact, I've never seen the night sky so clearly.
Now that you mention it, it's been nighttime the entire time I've been here. How much longer until dawn breaks, do you think?
Not a single cloud in sight. In fact, I've never seen the night sky so clearly.
Now that you mention it, it's been nighttime the entire time I've been here. How much longer until dawn breaks, do you think?
Another goldsmithing hammer, another killing blow that bespeaks unparalleled strength.
Ah, it looks like he's yawning. The hammer stuck in his head spoils the effect, though.
He cannot be here. Why would he be here?
That's a goldsmithing tool, isn't it? It does look awfully familiar.
And yet completely unrelated to our case. Moving on, people, moving on.
A set of gentlemanly tracks leads to the northwest.
Aha! In the sand, in the snow, or in a half ILM of moon dust, I'd recognize those fancy footprints anywhere. They are a perfect copy of mine. Our fugitive imposter must be just up ahead. I sense a gentlemanly presence. He is close. Very close.
No clones in the northeastern quadrant that we could see.
That's clever. Mr. Poo Poo can scout for us from the air.
Aha! I found me.
Why? Why did I flee?
He seems sad, downcast, very uninspector-like.
A flawed creation, to be sure. Such negative emotions would never mar the heart of a true Manderville man.
Praise Thor for his patience. 'Twould seem my beloved Hildy has been awoken from his unnatural slumber.
Abandoning my gentleman comrades to save myself. My pride in worse tatters than my maltreated wardrobe.
My fatherly love, denied. Unthinkable. Unless, that is not my son.
Another of me survived. I'll not turn tail and run this time, no sir. Hildibrand to the rescue.
As I can. I can't slow down. I'm a man.
Now I know I'm dreaming. That can't possibly be real.
Ah, that was a little something we were preparing to welcome the people of Etheris. I almost forgot it was still there. The barrage appears to have stopped, but just look at all this junk. Please be sure to pick up your litter before you leave. The moon belongs to everyone, you know. Aho. Hildibrand Helida Maximilian Mandeville, how glad I am to see you up and about. Your mother will be beside herself with joy.
I only stand before you now thanks to Nashu, who stood ever vigilant at my bedside, and to Khpein, who ferried my soul back from across the rift.
My son is indeed blessed with comrades of quality. You have my heartfelt gratitude. To you, Master Pew Pew, I extend my apologies. In my excitement, I fear I have broken your starship. If there is aught I can do to help effect repairs, you have only to ask.
Pew pew. My vessel experienced a temporary malfunction, but there was no major structural damage.
It brings me relief and joy to hear it. Ahem. Might I have a word, Khpein? I had actually come to the moon in search of a certain rare ore, and by Thal's good graces, my quest has been successful. The ore, however, is but the first step of a longer saga. Meet me back in Rats at Han, and I will explain the role I wish you to play.
Yes, I think it best we make the journey starwards. We'll not find Master Poo Poo's friend from up here unless someone packed an extremely efficacious spyglass. Anybody? No? Then home it is.
For years, I have chased after the supernatural and the inexplicable, but to encounter so much of it in such a short span of time. My mind still reels from the implications. Yet I must keep my gaze focused beyond the veil. A chance like this comes only once in a lifetime. Now begins the hard work of compiling my notes into a structured account of events. There is so much to say, I may need to stretch this over several articles.
See? I told you I recognized those hammers. A good inspector never forgets a tool.
Pew pew. You needn't worry about the clones returning to plague you. The vaporization ray disassembles matter on a molecular level.
Ah, how lovely to be back on the star of my birth. Father did not tarry to chat, but said something about returning here with a trusted employee. Well, we've no time for further familial pleasantries. Nashu and I must devote all our mental energies to the case of the silent correspondent. My keen inspector's sense impels me to begin our search in that direction. Make haste, my companions, for justice waits for no man. Not even one who is little and blue.
Inspector, wait. Can't justice make an exception for me?
His channeling appears to be remarkably effective. Fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. Khpein, forgive me, I seem to have been laboring under a misconception. After spending some time with the Xenomanies, it has become clear to me that they have not the slightest intention of invading our star. They are no threat to us. But he is. You know of whom I speak. That devious Master Puput and his diabolical devices devised solely for world domination. I shall have to investigate him further to learn the intricacies of his plans, but I may require your aid, not to mention your interpretation. I'll even pay you a retainer fee. So please, when the time comes, join me on my quest for the truth.
Ah, Khpein, my apologies for the wait. Shall we proceed to business, then? The task at hand concerns nothing less than a family legacy. The recreation of the historically significant and astronomically magnificent Mandeville weapons. They were the designs of a distant ancestor, you see. While the originals have long since vanished, the manual containing the secrets of their construction survived, a precious heirloom passed down through generations of Mandevilles. Tis true that, as a goldsmith, I've had little occasion for crafting implements of war. Why this project, and why now, you may very well ask. Then I shall very well tell you. The tale begins not so long ago. I was here, in Rags at Han, to discuss a deal with an up-and-coming merchant. The matter in question was an acquisition proposal. Alas, the talks soured, so I made preparations to depart. It was then that the sky burst into flame. You know all too well what horrors followed. I did my best to defend the citizenry from the beasts which spawned, yet I could not save them all. Saved far too few, in fact. The memory of it haunted me, day and night, and I found myself unable to work. But then I heard the news of how you and your companions had ventured forth to banish this evil at its source. You forged on in the face of deepest despair, and it gave me the courage to do the same. I took a good, hard look in the looking glass and asked, what can Gobert Mandeville do to safeguard the people of this star? Thus did I realize that I had both the knowledge and the skill to forge the greatest of weapons, that I might empower others to protect themselves and their fellow man. So I began going down the list, acquiring the necessary materials with single-minded purpose. One of these was a goodly chunk of purest Mandarum ore, a metal found exclusively in meteorites, and that only rarely. I searched high and low, scouring impact sites and consorting with kobolds, all to no avail. Then, when none was to be found on Hydaelyn, I set my sights on the moon, where I at last obtained a sizable sample. Now I say, at last, but the list of materials goes on. If I am to collect the rest in a timely fashion, I must employ the help of a comrade of quality. When you can spare a moment from adventuring, or aiding my dear son in his inspecting, pray drop a word in the ear of my manservant here. I shall clear my schedule of trivial interruptions, and we can proceed with the recreation of a Mandeville weapon forthwith.
Sound the alarm. A prisoner is escaping.